What's up, everybody? Just doing a little. It's up to the fans and the people. A little showmanship today. See what we're gonna talk about. Nothing much. Nothing much. How y'all people doing in the party place? Hopefully y'all doing good. So once again, you're at the officer of the goddamn Lost Channel, Charles Faulkner Jr. Uh, Now, there's a few things I'm gonna talk about that's happened in the past week or so that I probably didn't speak on yet. Today's gonna be a good day. Don't forget to like, share, and if you're not subscribed, please do so. Make sure you get the bell, the all white bell, so you know every time I come on this itch. If you feel inclined, I don't get super chats, so we're gonna do cash apps or PayPal's. And thank you for everybody who has donated in the past, the present, and early thank yous for the future. If you feel like this content entertains and educates you in some type of way, or at least uplifts you, I'm going to say this in full frontal transparency. Viewer discretion is not only advised, it's ordered. So if you're very sensitive about certain topics, if you do not like profane language, get out while you still can. If you don't like the esoteric or the logical thinking, the word's that way. If you don't have a sense of humor, might not be the place. But I will say you will laugh. Some of you may even cry, but you'll learn something, whether if you didn't want to or not. Now, with all that being said, let's begin. Who's in my chat so far? Got A. Moore, we got Howard's, and a couple more people. I guess the YouTube ain't trying to give me my followers. That's okay. We'll rock off with 200 people. I don't give a shit. Let's talk about B. Simone for a minute. Shout out to content creators because, a lot of content creators bring you very ingenious ways and entertaining, educating, and inspiring folks, as like we talked about earlier. But sometimes you got to know your audience. Well, all the times, really. Let's be really blunt. Yes, you have to evolve a little bit. If you started out making content at 15 and you're 25 now, you might have to evolve with your class of people, unless you still want to talk to 15-year-olds at 25, which might annoy the fuck out of you at the end of the day. But B. Simone, who, in my opinion, is a no talent hack, she's about as funny as 9/11 on any given day. The same woman who defecated on the 9 to 5 working man, which many women tend to do, who have a little lick of fame or notoriety. You look down upon that guy. Then years later, what happens, folks? They're single. And that's at best. Or their baby mama's coming out of a really ratchet relationship. You complain about the money you're not making. What's up, Snowman? And the only person you could truly blame is you. You didn't prepare to invest none of the music, none of the money, none of the skits, or none of the money, especially the money, into something that's sustainable. You didn't open up businesses. You didn't open up any CDs or investments. You thought this will last forever. Make it last forever. Okay, keep sweat. You want that corporate guy. Why would a corporate guy take a non-funny who thinks he's funny, weird cut in the eyebrow chick who makes silly ass faces and claims she doesn't bathe on a regular basis? Why would a corporate guy get you when he could get somebody much classier, much more beautiful, much more agreeable? As much as you think that you're in a class above the working man, you're not. And see, this is the reason why I talked earlier to a guy and said women don't like the truth. Because if the truth was lucrative, people would sell it more and tell it more. Women wear makeup. Oh, dudes get their hair cut and shaped up. Yeah, but that's the natural dude. Makeup is not natural. Sorry. The most a man might even accept from most women is what? Some lipstick and maybe some eyeshadow. And that's it. Most men don't even know what the fuck eyeshadow really cares about. We'd rather just have you with some lip gloss or some lipstick. Men prefer, in large parts, women to be as natural as can be. But yet, these women will lie and go under the table for dangerous shit like BBLs and lie to themselves about having a certain figure. Once again, B, that 9 to 5 guy, if you would have got him, you'd probably still be shopping at Bloomingdale's because you would have two natural incomes. But once again, what happens? Stupidity steps in. It's just stupidity. What do I always say? Men are victims of their success. Women are victims of their failures. You failed to get that corporate guy. Hell, you probably failed getting a 9 to 5 guy because you seem like such an insufferable person to be around. You're not funny. You're just trying to get a buck out of everybody. And you're crying because you can't shop at a certain place. Boo hoo. What about the working guys and girls out here trying to make ends meet? What, you gonna look down upon them? You gonna shame them? The audacity and pure nerve of you. And women like you. I want a corporate guy. And you bring not one iota of fucking substance to that person. And there's a reason why a lot of women like you are single. It's because you're a curse. You're a walking curse. You bring nothing but death, destruction, and mayhem to a man's life. And no man of substance deserves that. You have a little bit of a lifestyle change. Oh, You thought you were much bigger than what the hell you thought you were. Oh, reality check, princess. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if you can't cut it. Nobody cares if you're going through some hardships because we all do. Maybe, just maybe, this humbling moment will get your brain back in order. And you should appreciate the network that you were supposed to create. Even you, by your own words, said that you gave more attention to people who were not for you than the people who were for you and the most closest to you. Does that sound like a lot of women buying their friends? You think that you spend more time and resources and effort and sound like probably sleep with the people who just use you as an object, but you rebuke your friends and you wonder why you're crying there silly. You literally had a friend right there on the couch with you talking about how being a single mom and having stamps and sometimes it's not enough, going through issues of housing and rent. You're so selfish. You could even help her when she needed it. Shameful. Her shameful. But yet, it's always that guy, right? I'm convinced that black men wanted to leave this country in droves. And I'm not even one about interracial dating. I have nothing against it for people. I don't think about it. I don't do it. It's just not me. Everybody's got a different flavor. Stuff like this is one of the quintessential reasons why that black men are going their own way. No, it's not because we hate ourselves. It's not because we look at our skin color as some type of curse or iniquity. It's not because we find white women so attractive. It's because we want to get the best out of the bargain. We want our piece. And when you have nothing but begging hands, who are going to end up doing what? Disrespecting you, by the way. Why stay? Why? Why stay? Why stay and deal with a bunch of B Simones when you could go to different countries, different atmospheres, different cultures of not just women, but also other women, not just black women, for those who partake in biracial relationships. Why deal with a bunch of B Simones? And the same guy earlier tried to tell me, well, why do men pick bad baby mamas? We don't pick baby mamas. Women pick fathers. I don't care how many times a man has sex with a woman, how many times he ejaculates inside that woman. She picks and she gets pregnant. The ball's in her court. Just like we pick who gets married. Men don't know if a woman is going to have your baby or not. Let's tell the dirty little secret for all you didn't know. We don't know. There are people who've been married, and the only reason the chick married them was what? Financial benefits. And as soon as she had enough time to divorce and get the money, bam. Let me give you a bigger example. How many women get pregnant by other men than her husband and will lie about that baby being his? because she wants the genetics, but this guy provides the resources. That's why I say women don't like the truth. Because if B. Simone knew the truth that she was a no talent hack who made constant spectacles of herself, she should have known that. Guess what? This fame might be fleeting. I need to make some investments. I need to network into some bigger shows, or I might actually need to work on my true talents. But nope, the britches become too big. You gotta shit on the men. That 9 to 5 man has been known to work heaven and earth to please his women and to take care of his children. Thank you for doing what we always thought you would do and shit on them. Thank you. Every time women say and do some of the stupidest, egregious shit, we don't even have to do shows anymore. All you got to do is just put your content and let it be in the archives. Somebody gets a hold of it, especially after a really rocky relationship. And what's going to happen? You're going to recruit people to the manosphere more and more than what we can say out of our words. Your actions is the sum cause of so many men going away. Your actions is what's really tells the world you're not worth it. It sure as hell tells black men. And what happens? You expect us to come back and save a B. Simone after she talked real greasy and disparaging about black men, or men, period. But you know who she's really talking about. And this is not hatred, this is logic. When women ask me, are you going to find a dream person? I'm more likely to find who I want and can marry than you. Why is it that so many women that I found who are in their longest relationships or their last relationships, you get a dude who's not working and put him in your house? Why? Because you want to be in control. One of the reasons why I'm never married, because I'm not going to fight over leadership. Either I lead or I will leave. Just get out of my way. I'll leave. I gotta fight you for leadership. For some odd reason, we need to get these concepts in order. So much is for much is given, much is required. Oh yeah. You're wondering why people with those types of connects can't get into relationships. Because they want to be hypergamous. Yep, just another falling star. What's up, old school? Eddie B. Earl George. Still bad. Mm. Man, I want you to look at this, man. You're crying over shopping at H&M, which is still a pretty. Sorry about that, folks. Somebody just gave a called me. I'm on my phone and not the computer today. Like I said, black men in general, I don't know if all men are going to do this, but black men should have a philosophy of I am not shit until you need me. Excuse me. I'm not shit till you need me. Don't call me. Don't fuck with me because you never know. You'll need me before I need you. Think about it. A lot of your relationships are nothing but what? Transactional anyway. So why not treat it transactional? Oh, you telling big grown men they should pick up prostitutes. I'm not saying that, but why not? You treat it that way anyway. What are you getting out of it? Let's be fucking honest. You ain't getting shit out of it. You go to any dating site if you're trying to talk to a chick, if you're trying to get my number or get in my pants, you might as well swipe left. So you can imagine dealing with a B Simone. You can imagine dealing with a trifling chick like that. How should black people celebrate the 4th of July next week? The same way we always do. It's still your fucking country. First motherfucker to fight and kill for it was a black man. So why not? Still your fucking country. I'm gonna just say this. If anybody listens to anyone who says this is not your country, you're an idiot. Because when those immigrants are here, who are those immigrants competing directly against? Your black asses. Do you ever notice that every immigrant or foreign national, or actually foreigner because they're not naturally here, have you ever noticed they're allowed to open up businesses in your community, but they're not hiring your people, your kids? Their kids don't go to the same schools as yours, especially if they have a convenience store, especially if they get enough funding to open up a gas station. So what are we saying? Celebrate it like I always did. Get my grill, watch my fireworks, get my speaker, listen to my music, sip my cognac and smoke my cigar. It's your fucking country. You fought for it. It's more yours than anybody else. Now we got it. Since we're talking about America, supposedly great Americans, let's also talk about former First Lady Michelle Obama, the gift that keeps on giving. You know, my partner, who's a black woman, black mother, formerly married, said it best. The biggest issue with black women is that we don't know how to shut the fuck up. Her words, not mine. And I said, I can't disagree with you. We can have a secret business meeting about how to make billions or millions. And because of that nature of black women always want to shine, always want to be heard, don't know when to step in the back light and shut the fuck up. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Shutting the hell up. And you got to understand something. Black men do not have to just compete in the black community. They have to compete damn near globally because we're in a global system and have been in such in a long time. So you know what happens? You keep trying to undermine and emasculate your men and talk badly about your men. How does it look for your husband to reach the heights of the presidency twice and you're not satisfied? Because you know why? Because deep down inside, Michelle Obama is a jealous, selfish individual. She's probably like, why do these people vote for me? She's never been talked about in the same lane as her husband. And I'm going to tell you this, folks, nor should she be. She didn't have to make those tough decisions. They might have talked about it, but it was not her ass on the line. It was his. It's always been his. Okay? A white woman would have died and killed for the man you got. And see, this is a case of where you see it quite openly. I'm not your first choice, or who you think is your first choice. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? When you're dealing with a woman who innately thinks they're better than you, she's gonna make shit difficult. And she's gonna really sabotage shit. She's gonna sabotage some shit. Sabotage some shit, okay? She's not gonna make your life easy as a wife's supposed to. She's not gonna be the helpmate. She's gonna be the hell raiser. We gotta move your mama in the White House? Good God. There's always stories you wanted to get a divorce. You're upset. You gotta talk. This is how I know how weak and pathetic this woman's life has become. You can't even have a live stream or a, a webinar, whatever the hell you want to call it, without mentioning your goddamn husband. Because, nobody wants to hear about you. Sorry, Jeeves. Sorry. Nobody wants to hear about you. Nobody cares. Even if you become president your damn self, you'll never outrank him. He'll still outrank you. That's another thing. I'm going to say this, and I know this is going to ruffle some feathers. There is no such thing as a good guy to black women. There is none. It's either the guys that I can use or the guys I don't. And yes, we're speaking in generalities and not totalities. It's the guys I use or the guys I don't. Okay? Follow me. Because if there was actually nice guys they wanted to date, look at their dating choices. Look at who they're marrying. Oh, you're not marrying. Look at who they had their babies by. The worst. The worst. I've never seen women say, I'm going to have children by the best possible man I can attract. I just haven't seen it in a long time. You want babies before marriages. You want to carry before you marry. But it's the fucking guy's fault when you control who becomes a father and we control who becomes a wife. So absolutely fucking not am I going to blame the man. Did the man do something foolish? Oh yeah, playing Russian roulette with your dick? Oh, foolish as fuck. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, let's put it in context, right? You could have got promoted in the military, in the police department, corporate America. That's the equivalent of your life saying, oh, he ain't shit because he doesn't spend time with his kids. Oh, he's always busy. But she wonders the nice house where she lives in is it compact. But that's what the fuck we get. That's what we get. I mean, that's like you getting promoted and she accuses you of beating her. That's like her getting, like you getting promoted and she always brings up the time you forgot to take out the trash or you did something small. A woman is supposed to give a man inspiration. A man is supposed to give a woman purpose. Does Michelle Obama sound like she gives any man inspiration? Oh man. I mean, I mean, it's so sad that the man goes against the status quo, all the racist threats, and yes, threats on his life, by the way. You can imagine how many he used to get a day. Hell, how many he would get an hour. Let's be funky. Nothing's ever good enough. But if he would have went to that Becky, that Mei Ling, that Fumi over in Africa, something about that black woman in America just does not like this her man to do well. And to actually say, I'm glad I didn't have sons because they would turn out just like him. I doubt they will because you're their mother, not the white woman. I know. It's fucked up. I said it. I know. It's because you did fuck around and found out. Oh man. I mean, when it came to music, how many brilliant songs did some of these songwriters write for women or speaking about women? Um, I mean, really? I mean, what rest are you supposed to get from this woman? That she doesn't even want to have sons because they're going to be just like you. And what does that mean? You don't want your sons to become presidents, Ivy League presidents, lawyers? Great. She can't even stand her sons being great if she had any. And this is what I tell people. People react differently to the children they have and which gender. mean, I feel sorry for that guy. In some ways, other ways, I admire him. But to have a wife who doesn't know when to shut the fuck up, stop. It's almost like you always got to hear a black woman's gripe. And I don't care what nobody says because, yes, this shit is highly cultural. Highly cultural. When do you see white first ladies do this shit? Melania Trump probably can't stand Trump, but she's quiet about shit. At least. At least. I mean, what if he did have sons? Did she get a miseducation like a lot of mothers in the community do? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, if she felt as though she didn't have sons, would she abort them? If how many women would abort their children if they knew since the time of conception what gender that child would be? Think about that. I really want you to put that out there. There's a lot of women today who really don't like their sons and purposely miseducate them so their sons can never outgrow them like they naturally should. Something tells me I don't think those sons would be off to college, would they? She would do everything in her power not to make her sons like Barack, not to make them studious. You're the first freaking lady. You didn't even show up to help your husband out. Man, I'm just shocked by some of the shit she says. And this is shocking only because she's the first goddamn lady. I'm just wondering, excuse me, clean up my nose. I'm just wondering, does this hatred of black men run so goddamn deep that it's almost never ending? There's no position good enough. There's no fall deep enough. What do they say? If you're not blowing her back out and giving her money, she care less about you. Hey, girl, Who wants to be in a house trying to raise children with a person with that fucking mentality? I'll wait. I will soon to be late. I would love to hear the excuse. Well, that's only because me and Barack didn't get along. Why? Because you wouldn't shut up? You keep telling everybody your business? I mean, why would you even listen for yourself? I mean, I mean, we're supposed to be a unit, right? Well, from what it looks like, we have a seditious traitor of our post. What are we going to benefit from there? I'm just a little burnt in my brain about this shit, man. This is the reason why guys talk about there's no hope. I mean, she's snitching like a motherfucker, isn't she? Why would you want to deal with that? Why would you want it? You do keep a whole lot of sense of it. I mean, as I look at this shit throughout history of black folks, I don't blame the men going their own way. This is how your first lady, your first black first lady, thinks of you. Who wants to be felt like you're a necessary evil? You're just a tool. Oh, provide for me, provide for me. A man must protect and provide, but they never tell you what the woman is supposed to do. You notice that? They never ask what the woman is supposed to do. Mm, mm. I'm just looking at this for time of memorial. Are we getting our dollars worth? Are we getting the peace we crave? Are we just cannon fodder? It's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. Sorry about that. Got cut off. But I mean, at some part, is the community worth saving? Because if the man who sat next to the man sat next to the man, I mean, Barack Obama sat at the right hand of God on earth, and I didn't say, "Hey, I got a hell of a dude." Hey, so daddy, said daddy. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe my monotone voice is just killing all the fun out of this shit. But here's my greatest issue. You don't want a lot of women like this. They don't want to leave the guy. They want the guy to leave them so they don't feel guilty or takes the anxiety off of them. And I'm like, well, damn. Have you ever heard of the nice? Like, here's a question. Have you ever heard of the nice shit that she thinks he did? Have you ever heard of the nice shit that she thinks he did? What about the accomplishments he made? You never really heard her talk about his accomplishments. You never heard her brag on Barack. I mean, where's the battery in his back? Where's the inspirational look in her eye when she sees her man coming in the room? I wonder if she tells her daughters to find a man like Barack. I think that would be interesting if he could be a fly on the wall. Don't marry no nigga like your daddy. I think every black woman wants to be a single mom so they all can trauma bond together. I think that's the ultimate goal. Like damn near everyone. I ain't trying to be with no goddamn. He couldn't do shit for me anyway. He was just another bum. Who gives a fuck? You were president of the United States. And I think that's how a lot of even the upper echelon, kids would have been like. They always try to act the most ghetto or the most hood as they can act, so they don't feel left alone because they lived out in Anne Arundel County or Tulsa or some shit. I really want to know. Does she talk about her favorite date with him? This shit that she really, really be like, oh my damn, she does not love this man. She probably never did. You're just selfish. But that's not like coming up here. We did it off early. Food for thoughts, people. Oh, we out.